Hello everyone, welcome back to Positron Commentates Valkyria Chronicles. This is a post-commentary for my previous video. Essentially I lost the audio. Or rather, the audio never got recorded in the first place. I think my cat was playing with my USB, I didn't double check it beforehand because I recorded this a ton, trying to get a successful mission, and the end result was I didn't end up recording my audio. So, I've never done post-commentary before and I thought I'd give it a shot. So, we'll get started here in a second. As you can see, I obviously have no control over it at this point. So, we're going to go through this. I played this mission, I don't know, 10 or 12 times. I'd originally done a recording with the cutscenes beforehand, and got to the midway point of the mission, and found myself in essentially an unwinnable scenario. I could not get a victory out of where I was. So we're going to go with less than the usual deployed units. We're only going to take 2 people. This should be Aika and Hector, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Did I take Elise there? No. No, I think I took Hector. I don't think I'm totally crazy here. Yeah, so this commentary is going to be a little weird. And I've got a couple minutes beforehand because the first run here, I don't make the first move right. I watched someone's video and I got a couple of tips on using the smoke grenade and such, and essentially embarrassed this mission, basically, once I finally got all the core ideas down.
Boss, what's happened to Alicia?
I don't know, but that blue flame is the same as that Valkyria's.
You don't mean... You saying Alicia's Valkyria?
Looks like she's acting unconsciously.
That is actually false. She won't actually attack us if we get too close. At least as far as I know. I've never triggered that to happen, at least.
In the meantime, we strike their camp.
Also, I am recording this differently, so I apologize if it picks up a little background noise. So yeah, Alicia's going to take her turn first. She gets 2 turns per round. And she is, as far as I know, completely invulnerable in her kind of Valkyria form here with her shield and lance. And she'll show off a little bit of her powers here in a second. Like so. Man, I wish we had that on our side. Now, as far as I know, she will continue to take turns before you, after the enemy, and before you. As long as possible. I mean, as long as, until you capture the camp. Once you capture the camp, it shifts to the next phase of the battle. Well, the first time I did this, I actually had her take 2 turns. She took out another bunker and a tank additionally. I don't know how far she'll go, and I don't know what happens if she clears out everything. Maybe it just forces to the next scenario. Maybe she captures the camp herself. I'm not actually entirely sure. So now we're going to take our turn, and this is where I mess it up. I do make a save, fortunately. Basically, what we're going to do is we want to have people in position to take out what spawns coming up here as fast as possible. Essentially, we got to do it in 1 turn. And I found out that if you take a wide run to the right, you avoid the bunker and the cannon on the left, and the tank on the right won't even see you. Now, I make a mistake here by not aim boosting Aika. I did a test run before this, and she managed to hit right away. Unfortunately, the named elites like this have very, very high evasion, and they can dodge grenades. Yeah, so this is going to end in disaster. And I don't remember if I actually have her die, or I took Aika. She's got that runner's high ability to show those sometimes. Yeah, I just reload here. So this is actually the successful run now, and the whole key of this again is finishing this in basically what is 2 turns.
This is an order. There's no room for error when aiming.
Right, here I go.
So, we're going to do it this time with the aim boost. She'll make the hit. It doesn't one-shot the guy, but it lines you up in a safe enough position that you can take a second shot at him. And this isn't necessary for the mission. This is entirely because I wanted to get the weapon that he drops, essentially. I haven't used any of those weapons, actually, because I find the lack of range very prohibitive on them. But I kind of want to collect them anyway. And I like taking out all these units if possible. So Ika's gonna get the kill here. She's gonna come pretty close to death, though. One shot, one kill. And we move on. So as you can see, Alicia just really doesn't care that we're here. Now, I don't know if that would change if you got into our line of sight, but I don't think so. I think that was just a story thing. So running behind this tank, we're out of the range of this gun. I'm actually surprised the gun didn't turn there. And I did botch this up. I took a few extra too many steps. You can get to this on your second CP with Ika.
Really?
And I think you can do it with a couple other units too. But she is one of the best long distance runners. So now we go into the second phase of the battle. And Alicia is very tired. She's had a long day. You know, with getting shot and becoming a mythical being and all that.
Alicia! Medic! Medic!
I keep wanting to advance through this
What
text.
happened?
It looks like Alicia's passed out. Can you get her back to base for me?
Yes, sir.
What now?
Massive tanks are approaching from the north and south. Be careful,
Surprise!
it's a pincer attack.
Yeah, the first time I played this, I was like, boy, that was really
To
easy.
lure us in.
Yeah, surprise.
Those tanks fire incendiary rounds. The impact explodes into a broad blaze. That flame can get at you even in trenches and takes a while.
Now, I don't know if
Be careful.
you can run in between the flames. It doesn't cover the whole area, and I still, to this point, have not gotten hit by it. I haven't run into it, so I'm not quite sure exactly on the fire mechanics. So now we get reinforcements, enemy reinforcements. That tank won't bother us. But yeah, so they'll get enemy reinforcements, and essentially the problem here is, I put her in cover just to be safe, but that's not going to keep her that safe. Essentially the problem now becomes that, I'm taking out Niels, and I think I take out Nadine here. They're going to serve as the team that takes out the northern tank. And you can use anybody. Niels has super anti-armor. There are a few units. So the ones I'm circling right now, those respawn with every single... Man, my commentary is so good on this the first time. They respawn with every single turn. No matter what. Even if you take out the tank, they continue to respawn every single turn. So it is very, very easy to get overwhelmed. So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to take Hector and just charge the tank. Just run straight at it. Because what we want to do is we want to get behind it on the next turn. If you hit the radiator on these tanks, even though they have question mark HP, 2 hits from a Lancer at our level will take it out. And since Hector's a Lancer, and I don't know what that potential does. Since Hector's a Lancer, he's pretty resistant to bullets. But the real key here is using the smoke shot from the Edelweiss. I think I take one more, but yeah, I'll take it one more run here.
I'm on my way.
Get pretty dangerous. So what you want to do here is you want to park the Edelweiss in such a way that
Entering combat.
you can get the smoke shot over to whatever unit you send over there, and you protect your units. There'll be snipers that are coming from the northern side. And it takes me a little fiddling to find the right place. But essentially you want to protect Rosie and Largo, not because you need them, but purely because they are CP. And if you lose those 2 CP, it makes the rest of it very touchy. So we're going to park him, and we'll throw this smoke right on them. Now, as soon as he gets hit with the smoke, they will totally forget he exists. Which is totally ludicrous, but they will completely ignore him. They won't even remember he's there. And the other catch with this is you also want to have distraction. Actually, ideally, you want to put the Edelweiss further up, because you want those foot soldiers to be distracted. If the scout can actually make it all the way to the enemy camp, that is now our camp, in one turn, and if they go over and capture that, it's an instant game over. I lost that way numerous times. So this is not ideal. And I make another save here for Probably obvious reasons at this point. So now they're going to take their turn. If you have any last words to say to Aika at this point, well, speak up, because she's toast. Pick on the snipers. She was surprisingly, she was surprisingly in range to actually hit one of them, but, yeah. She'll be fine. We're going to pick her up next turn as soon as Niels and Nadine come out. And they're going to take a shot at Largo, but Largo's a beast. I actually didn't, again, I didn't position properly there. So you can see there's a whole bunch of units and grass up there. We're never going to see that part of the map. We're never even going to go there. And now all these units will take movements. And again, ideally you want them to be distracted by the eye device here, because this scout in particular can actually make it all the way to that camp. And I'm surprised he didn't. I don't know what stops him here. But maybe the game just had some mercy on me. But I'm pretty sure he can make it all the way there. And I was very surprised that he didn't run. And he did turn back towards us, so maybe there was some distraction there. This guy's going to park himself by the sandbags, I believe. Setting up the worst defensive perimeter in Imperial history. Another thing here too is if you bring the Shamrock with a machine gun, you can't use mortars, which was actually a problem I had the first time I came through. Just trying to do it kind of a not cheesy way, basically. Not using this tactic, just trying to do it normally. Not having the Shamrock able to take shots at the tank or clear out these infantry made it incredibly difficult. So, this is where we win now. So we got those two popping up there. Nadine is just to refill Niels when he runs out of ammo. And you'll see the mortars. Again, these actually place differently depending on where your units are. It seems to be different every time depending on where your units are placed.
Look out for those incendiary rounds. Hiding in the trenches won't keep you safe.
So I think we take Hector first here. Yeah, here I'm talking about I was talking in my original commentary. Yeah, so we are far enough to the side that this tank's gun isn't going to shoot at us very much. You know, we get into its blind spot fast enough. And 2 shots with Hector here will take it out.
Defend the perimeter, soldiers.
Now, what makes this particularly difficult is the first time I played this, I thought, oh man, well at least as soon as we kill this thing, we won't have those reinforcements spawning anymore, and that is not the case. They do continue to respawn infinitely, even after you've taken out one of the tanks.
You're going down.
One enemy tank neutralized. 1 to go, sir. Keep it up, everybody. It won't be long now. What are your orders?
So now all that's left is Niels. We're essentially going to buff him like crazy. And he's got an ability called Super Anti-Armor that dramatically increases the damage he does to armored stuff.
Hostile foul.
Now, normally that's just a random chance. However, we can use Awakened Potential to make sure that he has that for every single shot.
Don't die.
Now, snipers can't do, you know, just like passing by fire or anything, so we're safe. And we're just going to sneak right over here. Now, I actually made a mistake here. I should have buffed him up before I took this shot. But he hits it anyway. As you can see, it would probably take maybe 10 shots. That's a lot of turns. Especially when you consider after every 3 shots, you get to reload.
This is an order.
Now, there's actually another order
For error when aiming.
you can use that makes this better, but I'm not sure what it is. I just was using what I had available here. I feel like there's like the demolition boost and stuff. I feel like those just really don't give remotely enough for the number of CP you spend on them. I feel like just using the extra CP for more shots is better than trying to use them over and over again. Also, mortar support will not work on tanks. So this shot is going to be crazy. This actually did way more damage than I was expecting.
Take this.
It's basically the equivalent of hitting it in the radiator. Now, I'm either going to miss this shot or it's going to take it to like 10%. I think it takes it to like 10% or something like that. Yeah, there we go. So we're almost done this battle already. Now, of course, he's out of ammo, but we popped out Nadine on the previous turn, so she's just going to run over and refuel him. And I set her on base watch too. If you have a unit in the base, of course, they cannot occupy the base. So keeping someone there just to make sure they just can't run up and take it is kind of important. I mean, they could theoretically take her out. One of the other things about this mission is that they always use all of their CP every single turn, which is very unusual and makes it very, very difficult. So we're going to take the last shot here, and that'll be the end of the mission, which will end in an A rank. Boom. So I'm going to end my commentary here. The rest is just there's some cutscenes in the rest of this video. So I'll let those play out again if you haven't seen them in the other video. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I apologize for the weird post-commentary, and sorry that I missed out on the original video. I'll leave the original video up in case you want it without post-commentary. Anyway, so thanks for watching, and see you soon.
The watershed battle on the Naggiar plains ended in the victory of the Gallian forces. It made military history not only with its ferocity, but with the duel that ended it. The Imperial army then fell to retreat, while Gallia's grasp on victory tightened.
Alicia, are you all right?
Welkin... What happened? I can't remember. What did... I was shot, wasn't I? But here I am, alive and fully healed. And it's like... everyone looks at me differently now. Like they're scared. Welkin, has something happened to me? Tell me, please!
Alicia...
Report. Parting ways.